Hello, I'm probably riding my bike. I'm finally getting around to putting fenders on this bike. It's raining tomorrow and the wet Korean summer's coming up. Most people seem to be taking their fenders off at this time of year, but here in Korea you need to put them on. Putting fenders is maybe my least pleasurable thing to do because I find it so stressful. Quite a few people have asked to see my workshop, and the reality is I'm just in the basement of my apartment building with some quite cheap tools, but I get the job done pretty well. I'm quite proud of how good they look. Ready for a rainy commute. Even in the rain, commuting is one of my favourite parts of the day. I don't think that many people can say that they enjoy their commute, but I do almost every day. Sorry to brag, but I don't know if you've noticed, but riding bikes makes me happy. I've been car-free for about 15 years now, and most of my commuting since then has been by bike. Back in my hometown, a car is a necessity to get around, but since I moved to Manchester for university, and then to Seoul, and then Frankfurt in Germany, and back to Seoul, and London in between, I haven't needed a car because public transport or getting around by bike is good enough, if not better. For these wet days, I'm lucky to have a changing room at my work to change into some dry clothes, and also I'm not going to cycle in a shirt and tie. At previous jobs, I would just wear the clothes I cycled in, or if I got too wet, I would bring a change of clothes and just change in the toilets with no changing room. I think for a lot of people, cycling to work can be kind of daunting with the weather, cars, traffic. Maybe it's not such a cycle-friendly city. Seoul's no utopia, but it's got quite good infrastructure compared to others. I used to not ride every day, and I kind of had to force myself sometimes to. But now I'm in the mindset that there's no other way. Cycling's the fastest, most fun way to go. And if I get the bus, I always regret having to get the bus on the way home. And I'm sad when my bike isn't waiting outside for me. I think the number one most important thing to get yourself into commuting by bike is having a bike that you want to ride. A comfortable one that works well, and it certainly helps if it looks nice too. You don't have to splash out as much as I did because I'm obsessed with bikes. You can get a pretty good deal secondhand with an old mountain bike or something. Put some wide tyres on it, some upright bars, and customise it to make it your own. It's a new day, and it's less rainy today, so I'm excited to ride in the sun. Riding my bike to work definitely makes me happier in the rain, but especially in the sun. I always feel more energized when I get to work. I'm pretty lucky that my commute, the fastest route is only 20 minutes. So if I want to get to work quickly, I can just cross the bridge and I'm there pretty quickly. And it always takes the exact same amount of time, never stuck in traffic, never waiting for a bus or a subway or having problems with public transport. If you keep up the maintenance of your bike well enough, you shouldn't have any problems with that either. Wearing my favourite tie from Drake's. I'm conscious of being a 30-something-year-old who's made cycling their whole personality, but I think I'm too far gone with that. Oh well. I really enjoy my day job, but I'm always looking forward to getting back on the bike to cycle home. I like to mix up my commute because 20 minutes isn't really long enough for me now. And in Seoul, it's so big, I have so many different options and different ways I can go home, exploring the city. I've lived here for a total of almost 8 years now, but I'm still finding new things on my daily bike rides. And I just like feeling the changes in the season throughout the year, seeing all the different flowers that are growing and feeling the change in the weather. I feel more connected to my surroundings when I'm travelling around by bike. Cycling for daily life can be quite unforgiving in Seoul sometimes because there aren't that many people who do it. So the cars aren't really used to that many bikes on the road. And there's very big multi-lane roads that are quite unfriendly. But there's always these quiet back streets with much nicer roads to cycle on. Even though it's a bit longer, they're still very enjoyable. I like to stop off if I have time and just watch the world go by and take everything in. I'm taking it easy on my bike too. No rush at all.
Easy does it. Easy does it.
And occasionally, if I'm feeling brave about my sleep later on, I like to stop off at a cafe for a delicious coffee. Today I'm heading over to Pier Coffee in Hannam. They've got a few locations. One of them is in my other video, Pier Coffee Gwanghimon. But this one in Hannam is an espresso bar, so they only do short espresso drinks. I always like a cafe with lots of natural light, and this felt really open and breezy. It's a really nice place to be. They roast their own coffee, and I usually pick up a bag, but luckily I have plenty at home because of some lovely people I met last week gifted me some coffee from Australia. Thank you so much, you know who you are. I got a cortado with this extremely chocolatey flavoured blend. It was almost like eating a dairy milk. Their espresso is great too. This sorbet, mango sorbet with a little bit of espresso was quite a unique flavour. It worked very nicely. I'm definitely going to struggle to get to sleep tonight after the extra little iced coffee that they gave me at the end. Feeling shaky after too much coffee, I'm heading up to a different part of Hannam towards Itaewon to meet my wife for dinner. Does it still count as my commute if I'm going the long way round and meeting for dinner? I think it probably does. We're stopping off at Nanpo, which does really nice kind of modern, classic Korean food. They make all their own pickles and kimchis and things, and I just love their dishes. Cabbage rolls with kandoenjang and some raw fish with spicy cold noodles. An added bonus that they're extremely friendly, and they said they'd keep an eye on my bike outside as well. Always extra points for that. There was a clean bowl club, of course, but I forgot to take a video of it. Did it happen if I didn't take a video? Who knows? Only I do. Another day, another morning commute. I got up extra early this morning at 5:30 because I wanted to go for a longer ride. I want to make the most of this May weather before it gets extremely humid in the summer. Just look how amazing the weather is. Wouldn't you want to ride a bike this early in the morning? I've arrived at Noodlesum, Noodle Island, which is basically my own private island this early in the morning. I think I saw like 2 runners. I've got my hitch mat and my little coffee cup. It's time for a coffee outside. I made it at home in my mocha pot. I didn't have time to make all the coffee outside here in the morning, and I'm not sure you're allowed to use the gas stove in the park anyway. Nice strong cup of coffee to wake me up in the morning, give me some energy for the day. I slept okay after my caffeine overdose the night before, surprisingly. Maybe I'm just building up my tolerance. I could have had more and more coffees, but it was time for me to head to work. I don't want to be late. If I could be paid to ride bikes and drink coffee all day, I would. But I don't, so I've got to go to work. But I'm going to have a good day anyway. I get paid to do something I enjoy already. Usually in the morning I do take the quick route to work, but on the days like this where I choose to take a longer route and go exploring, enjoying a coffee outside, I feel even better at work. It's just hard to wake myself up that early to force myself to do it. But I'm definitely going to do it more often during May while the weather's this incredible. I've noticed so many more people on the bike paths commuting in the morning this time of year, which is really nice to see. Checking the time. Some more coffee at work. I don't just sit and drink coffee all day, but it's the only chance I have to get footage of me in my tie. Back on my commute home, I'm going to pick up some dinner with my wife again. We're heading near the express bus terminal to Chungmu Harame Kimbap. In Korea, you've got to look up and down in the buildings to find some hidden gems. There's loads of stuff on the floors up, and also there's plenty of places down in the basements. I think this restaurant's been around for quite a while. It kind of looks like it has as well. But it's one of my favourite places to stop off after work, because the food's quite unique. This table, proud members of Clean Bowl Club probably. Looks like they are anyway. There's some marinated squid with a radish kimchi and some kimbap rolls. Really nice and spicy, and they match together pretty well. We didn't only get that, we got some classic tteokbokki. This one has a nice thick sauce, and the sauce was a pleasant contrast to this kamja sujebi. Sujebi is basically the same dough as noodles, but they break them off by hand and put them straight in the boiling water. Nice kind of chewy texture. Clean Bowl Club. Anyone's welcome. When I started making this video, I thought I was going to give loads of advice of how to commute by bike, but I'm not sure I was that helpful. Basically, you need a nice comfortable bike. Take some different routes to work, some quieter routes. Put some fenders on your bike. Wear some normal clothes, or clothes that will dry off quite easily. And most of all, just enjoy. Don't treat it like just as a way of getting to work. Treat it like the best part of your day. Pick up an ice cream and stare at your bike, or watch the world go by. With my channel for the time being, I'm still trying to make a video every weekend. They'll come out between Friday and Sunday whenever I'm ready. I was a bit busier this week, so it's a little later, but it's still on the weekend, so I made it. Let me know if you have any ideas or anything you want to see in the videos. And like, subscribe if you want to see more. See you later. Like and subscribe, see you later.